come easy. Had to work hard, struggle just to be me. Had to rise up just so they could see me. Did what I had to do just to feed me, and what was left over I put towards my dreaming. But the only thing in life that has meaning are the things you gotta work for, believe me. Take into your hands a plan, your own hands can land your own brand. And damn, I feel like no one takes accountability. They want the credibility, convincingly unwilling to put in the hours it takes to get some power. Don't be f***ing sour, take a cold shower. Scream until you're louder, work until you're prouder. And f*** all the doubters, they're just your downers. I swear to God they all let me down. I always fought just to wear the crown. I'm off at these fucking clowns who were all taught they deserve an ounce. It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown. I'm just telling you to fight for your dreams, but it's not what it seems. Man, it's hard to be seen when everybody wants to be king. Yeah, they all wanna ring, yeah, we all wanna be free. So show me what you got, what you bring, how you fight in the ring, how you take a fucking swing. Do you got heart, are you mean? Got some scars, got some needs, are you willing to go bleed? I swear to God they all let me down. I always fought just to wear the crown. I'm off at these fucking clowns who were all taught they deserve an ounce. It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown. I swear to God they all let me down. I always fought just to wear the crown. I'm off at these fucking clowns who were all taught they deserve an ounce. It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown.
Welcome back to the channel, guys. My name is Gene. You guys are watching Lubed for March 27th, 2024. This is episode 57, season 3, Hyman's 200th. I did try to get him some justice from last episode as I failed to get the proper title in. But yeah, he closes out the Jets in the peg. This was an amazing game. It was a very heartfelt game. It felt like a playoff game. Forgive me if I'm sounding very rough. I'm still very much under the weather, guys. I'm going to try to truck through this episode as best as I can. But yeah, I'm not feeling very good. Before I get down to the breakdown of tonight's lineup, I want to put something to rest here because something that I saw on the internet is absolutely disturbing me. I saw some people posting posts that Hyman came from a privileged family, and that's why he's got 50 goals and 200. You know what? I want to put that all to, and I'm trying to get as much energy to vent my frustrations on this, but just bear with me. But I want to put that all to frustration or all to BS because, look, okay, you're from a privileged family. Okay, fine. They buy you a better hockey stick. They buy you a better set of skates. That's all that's going to do. To make it into the NHL, you need a lot of skill. You need a lot of effort. You need a work ethic. Work ethic doesn't come from privileged families. So to those guys out there that say, oh, well, he had an advantage. Yeah, he might have had a slight advantage, but realistically, it's your work ethic that gets you there, guys. It's your work ethic. If you're not willing to put it in, you're not going to succeed. It's simple as that. Like, you look at Arnie, right? And I know this is going way off topic, but you look at Arnie Schwarzenegger. He didn't have a privileged family or anything like that. So what did he do? He took tires, he took boulders, he built himself up that way. And then finally, when he got to the era where he could start working out at a gym, he used those gyms very relentlessly. He didn't understand a word of English, but he became, like the strongest man in America. I don't know exactly what it was. Like I say, I'm in a bit of fog right now because I am a little down and out. But then, also with his language barrier and his will and determination, he became one of North America's top selling actors. So, I mean, I call BS on those guys that are trying to be naysayers. They're probably coming out of, I hate to say it, and I'm not going to pass judgment here, but they're probably coming out of Toronto because Toronto realizes that they gave up on a gem, and they did. He's awesome for the Oilers. So anyway, I'm not going to harp on that too much. Let's get into what we're going to talk about today as the Oilers face the Jets in what was an awesome matchup. Can't say enough. I actually put the Oilers as the dog in that one. Actually, Money Puck put the Oilers as a dog as well, but I understand it. They going into this game, they did not look like they were ready to play the Jets, but they did good against the Jets, which is awesome. RNH is off the snide. We're going to get into that. We're also going to get into a new poll and new standings. And then tomorrow night, another rematch for what is now currently probably one of the more prominent matchups is the LA Kings and the Edmonton Oilers. This should be a great matchup. And then I'm going to get your final thoughts. I do have my finger ready on the trigger should I start breaking out into a cough or a sneeze. And that, like I said, I'm really going to be trying to go through this episode very diligently. So we'll see what happens here. All right, let's get into our first topic of the night, which is the Oilers and Jets game, which was an amazing game. Now, because I've also had time off work, the last couple of days, I was able to tweak a few things on my soundboard here. So you're going to notice some differences. I had to do something. I couldn't just sleep all day. I did do a lot of sleeping. That is for sure. I've done a lot of sleeping over the last 48 hours, but I can't sleep 100% of the time. So I did some tweaking to the channel. And we're going to get into that shortly. But it was a 4-3 win for the Edmonton Oilers in overtime against the Winnipeg Jets at the MTS Center, which they always seem to have troubles with. And it was nice to see. It was nice to see the Oilers play really well against one of the league's best, because it makes you feel better for the losses that they've had against Ottawa. That was a bad loss, and it makes you start like getting a little worried. Like, what are we dealing with here? Okay, so let's get into this right now. The Edmonton Oilers defeat the Winnipeg Jets in overtime. Zack Hyman gets his 200th goal to do it, to cap it, and to secure it. And we're going to start off with the very first goal of the night, and it was Winnipeg Jets in the second period. There was no goals in the first period. At 4:43, it was Mason Appleton getting his 14th from Kyle Connor and Adam Laurie. 1-0 Jets. We continue on. The Edmonton Oilers would tie this game with Leon Draisaitl scoring at the 11:46 mark, his 38th. Assists one Warren Fogle and Connor McDavid. Of course, Connor McDavid's got to be in the equation. Why wouldn't he be? And then the Edmonton Oilers would take the lead in the second period at 3:29, where Connor Brown, he's starting to warm up. Which is nice to see. Gets his third goal. And Matthias Ekholm and Cody Ceci would get the assist. It's 2-1 for the Oilers. Connor Brown. Wow, who would have thought? Okay, so we go to the third period where Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, and you think that this would be capped. You think the game would be capped, but it's not capped. Would get his 17th on the power play, gets him off the snide. We're going to get into a little topic about Ryan Nugent-Hopkins shortly. Connor McDavid, his 93rd assist, and it's 3-1. But the game is not over. Nope, far from it. In the third period, the Winnipeg Jets would get within one at the 9:39 mark of the third period from Brendan Dillon. His 8th of the year from Mark Scheifele and Neil Pionk. 3-2. For the Oilers. Oilers still hanging on to the lead, which is good, but there's still 10 minutes left in the period. And unfortunately, they were not able to cap it out as the Winnipeg Jets would tie this game up. I got 9:39. I wonder if that time is, I think I might have messed up that time, guys. But it was Sean Monahan getting his 22nd from Nikolai Edlers. Edlers is an amazing player. I love that guy. I love the way he plays. And Neil Pionk, 3-3 tied. This would take us to the overtime. And in overtime, if I can get that to switch. Yeah, there we go. In overtime, Zack Hyman would get his 51st goal of the year. And I'm also going to add his 200th career goal from Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. He had a hell of a night. Nuge had a hell of a night to make it a 4-3 final for the Edmonton Oilers. They absolutely destroyed and devastated. Well, I wouldn't say destroyed and devastated. That's me thinking with my not so well mind right now. But they didn't destroy them, but they did definitely outplay them, and it was good to see. All right, guys, let's go into the stats here. Now, I added a little feature here, so you're gonna see some sound clips here. Shots on goal for the Edmonton Oilers, 42-25. Hits on opponent, 38-28 for the Edmonton Oilers. That's a win. Oops. Went to the wrong screen too quick. See, that's what happens when you're not feeling very well. Okay, so we move on to the next stat, which was face-off win percentage. The Edmonton Oilers, 58.8. I'm going to give them the good buzzer on that one. Oilers power play, 1 for 4. I still have to give them a positive because if you're 20% on the power play, you're doing good. So I'm going to give them the plus on that. Oilers penalty kill, 5 for 5. Definitely an applause on that one. Here's where the Oilers failed at, and once again, it is on block shots. 12-10, a minor detail because it was only 12-10, but they still did lose to the Jets on this department. Came to takeaways, they were 6-3 in that department. And when it came to giveaways, the Jets were definitely more dominant on that, 9-3. So, my breakdown of the stars of who I thought were the best stars is Corey Perry. First period scrap woke the team up. I think that was huge. I don't think we would have the same result if Corey Perry didn't get in there and lay the mitts down and get the scrap in. It was a very courageous thing on his part. But he's a gamer, man. Corey Perry's a gamer. It's nice that we have him on our side. So I give him for sure 100% the third star. Second star is going to Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. 1 goal, 1 assist. Finally getting off the snide. We're going to get into a segment there. Obviously, you already saw the segment because I accidentally clicked that screen. But you know what we're going to be talking about. And then, of course, the first star is Zack Hyman, his 200th career goal. I didn't want to deny him this time, just because he's a class act. And I mean, he writes children's books, for crying out loud. Like, the guy's a good dude, man. Like, he's a good dude, and for people to I don't know, for people to say that he's privileged and whatnot. I just honestly, I think it's horseshit, to be honest with you. He's a guy that worked very hard at his trait. He's one of the best forwards that knows how to defend the puck as best as he can in the league. That doesn't come from being privileged. I'm sorry. It just doesn't. It comes from skill. It's one of the best acquisitions that Ken Holland has made since he's been the GM of the Edmonton Oilers. So, yeah, I'm not even going to buy that as a first star. So up next, the Edmonton Oilers take on, yes, the Los Angeles Kings tomorrow night at the Rogers Place. Should be a good game before Good Friday and Easter and all that kind of stuff. It should be a blast. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. This is going to be a tough one. It's going to be a tough one for the Oilers, but coming off of that Jets win, I'm feeling pretty confident in the boys right now. Okay, guys, let's go into RNH off the snide. You can tell I'm a little bit off today. I'm not getting my titles lined up exactly properly, but RNH off the snide, which is huge. And hopefully we can start seeing him playing better. But he has ended a 13-game goalless drought by scoring that one goal last night. I'm hoping that we're starting to see him deliver a little bit more. He's one of those guys like, okay, it's one thing if we got Connor Brown going, which I'm hoping we do, but Nuge is one of those important pieces. We need him going for us to have success. If he's not going, I really can't see us winning a cup. So he's as intricate as Draisaitl, as McDavid, as Skinner, as Desharnais defending and blocking. Like he is an intricate piece to the puzzle to us winning a Stanley Cup. It's going to be a tough road ahead. There's no question, but a very doable road. And I'm hoping we could see that. Okay, guys, we're going to go into the polls and standings right away here. But the one thing I do want to address is we're close to the playoffs, okay? And in the playoffs, as you may know, I usually do the Sportsnet Fantasy Playoff Pool. I'm assuming Sportsnet is going to do this again this year. Now, this is just an assumption. They've done it for the last 10, 15 years. So I will have my own private group, and I will be advertising this every episode going forward until I get more information. And once I get more information, I will tell you guys the password of my particular group. I encourage you guys to come in and get bragging rights. Try to beat me. Try to beat my buddy Steve and all my buddies here that do join in. That being said, we do have another poll question. Will this be yet another year where the President's Trophy winner fails to make the final and an 8th seed does? That's how the playoffs have become in the last little while. Yeah, the last President's Trophy winner, I think, was Chicago Blackhawks back in 2010, something like that. So it's been a long time that a President's Trophy winner has won the Stanley Cup. It's almost the curse of the President's Trophy winner. So yeah, I'm not 100% convinced that if you win the President's Trophy, so say that's going to be Vancouver or Dallas or whoever, is going to be win the cup. I think once, like I said, once you get into that final 16, anything goes. We saw that with Florida last year. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. So definitely give it a vote, yes or no, if you feel that is the case. That being said, let's take a look at the current standings. As Dallas Stars now are the top chums in the league with 99 points. Vancouver Canucks are sitting at 98, which means on my very last scene of this thing, you're going to notice the playoff positioning has shuffled a little bit, and we will notice that. Again, teams like St. Louis, Minnesota, Calgary, and Seattle, obviously all the other teams after that are officially eliminated. It's going to be a hard go to get them in. I can't see them. So I think right now the Western Conference is pretty much set. It's just a matter of positioning. And we'll see what happens here. Okay, let's excuse me. Let's take a look up at what is up next for the Edmonton Oilers as they take on the Los Angeles Kings in Edmonton, back home again. Should be a good one. The last time they met was in a 4-2 win for the Edmonton Oilers on February 26, 2024. Coming into this game, the LA Kings have a record of 38, 22, and 11. The Edmonton Oilers 43, 23, and 4. The Kings are on a bit of a winning streak, though. So this could be an interesting tilt as they've won the last 4 in a row. They're really starting to press. The Oilers, of course, winning against the Jets. So the Kings coming into this in the last 10, 7-3-0. The Oilers 5-3-2. Cam Talbot has a record of 23, 16-6 and a goals against average of 243, which is a 917 save percentage, 3 shutouts. Stuart Skinner, 32, 14-4, 266 goals against average, 905 save percentage, 2 shutouts. Stuart is coming to his own, man. He reminds me a lot of the old Grant Fuhr, flipping and flopping and just doing whatever it takes to make the stop. And he's really starting to come to his own. When it comes to comparable stats, shots on goal, the LA Kings are 8th in the league at 32.4. The Edmonton Oilers are 1st in the league at 33.9. What else is there for comparable? 3rd and 9th for goals allowed. LA Kings are actually really good for goals allowed, as they are 3rd in the league, 2.54 goals allowed compared to Edmonton's 2.9, which makes them 9th in the league. So that's another tough stat. I think the LA Kings made a huge, huge error last year when they got rid of Sean Jersey to Arizona. I think that was an up-and-coming guy. But I guess only the future is going to tell that. So this should be a classic LA Edmonton matchup. This is potentially our first round matchup, so we're going to get a real good taste of what is what. And LA is going to come in hungry. They're trying to find ways to beat us. Like they've lost the last couple of years to us. This is a team that I actually would rather not face because they're a team that are on a mission to beating us. And we'll see what happens here. We'll see what happens. Oop. Sorry, guys. Hopefully you got a little bit of a cough in there, but hopefully not all of it. Like I said, I'm under the weather. I'm trying to deal with this as much as I can, but it sucks. And it's always in the fall and in the spring when the weather changes from cold to hot to cold to hot. And it seems like I always get sick. So anyway, but I'm not going to whine about it. I'm going to keep trucking through here. Okay, guys. Gotta get into that. All right, guys. Final thoughts, final comments. If you guys have made any comments tonight, there is no comments tonight, which is good because I really don't feel like answering anything tonight, just by how I feel. So that means we can close out this episode pretty quick here. Those of you who are witnessing this channel for the very first time, I know I'm not at my best because I am a little bit under the weather, but I do try to bring new elements to this channel on an ongoing basis. That being said, I'm trying not to disrupt the flow of what I got going right now. So I'm actually starting to slow down major changes and put little tweaks in from going forward. So if you guys enjoy what you guys are witnessing on this channel, feel free to hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Those of you who have been with me through thick and thin, through the early days, me learning all this kind of stuff, I appreciate you standing by me. I plan on getting better for you guys. Other than that, guys, I think I'm out of here. I'm going to try to get better. Hopefully, I'll be feeling a little bit better on the next episode. I just need to rest, and we'll see what happens. You guys have a great evening. Good night.